What happens when a private phone call suddenly becomes the biggest story in Washington? According to multiple reports, former President Donald Trump personally called Republican Congressman Max Miller as controversy surrounding Miller continued to grow. But it wasn't just the call itself that caught everyone's attention. It was what reportedly happened afterward and what it could signal about Republican strategy heading into the midterm elections. Tonight, we're breaking down what we know, what's still unconfirmed, and why this story is creating political shockwaves on both sides of the aisle. Welcome back. Over the past few days, one controversy has rapidly escalated from a local political dispute into a national Republican headache. Democrats have been demanding accountability. Some Republicans are now asking difficult questions of their own. And according to multiple news reports, Donald Trump has personally stepped into the situation. Was this simply a call to encourage an ally? Or was it an attempt to contain political damage before it spreads? Let's examine the facts. Representative Max Miller has recently faced renewed scrutiny following allegations related to his personal life. Miller has firmly denied wrongdoing and says the accusations are false. He has publicly defended himself and stated that he intends to continue fighting the allegations. As with any allegation that has not been resolved in court, it's important to remember that these claims remain contested. Still, politically, the issue has become difficult for Republicans to ignore. Pressure has been building from commentators, political opponents, and even some voices within conservative circles. The controversy comes after Democrats recently pushed one of their own Senate candidates out of a race following separate allegations. Many Democratic strategists argue that both parties should apply similar standards when serious accusations arise. Republicans, meanwhile, counter that allegations alone should not determine someone's political future and emphasize due process. The debate has quickly expanded beyond one candidate. It's now become another battle over political accountability heading into a major election year. Then came the development that changed everything. According to multiple media reports citing anonymous sources familiar with the conversation, Donald Trump personally called Max Miller late at night. The reports say Trump discussed the difficult political environment surrounding Miller's re-election campaign. Neither Trump nor Miller has publicly released a recording of the conversation, so much of what's been reported relies on unnamed sources. Still, the reports immediately fueled speculation inside Washington. Political observers began asking an obvious question: why would Trump become personally involved unless Republican leaders believed the situation had become serious? For Republicans, every competitive House seat could become crucial. If the party loses enough seats, control of Congress could shift dramatically. That would reshape committee leadership, legislative priorities, and oversight investigations. Political analysts note that high-profile controversies involving incumbents can become distractions during competitive campaigns. Whether or not Miller ultimately remains the nominee, the controversy has already forced Republicans to spend valuable political energy responding to questions they likely hoped to avoid. Democrats have wasted little time highlighting the controversy. They argue that Republican leaders should respond just as forcefully as Democrats have in similar situations involving members of their own party. Republicans reject that comparison, insisting each case deserves to be judged individually based on available evidence. The disagreement reflects a broader political divide over how parties should respond when allegations emerge against elected officials. The biggest question now is simple: does this controversy fade, or does it continue growing? Much will depend on future reporting, voter reactions, and whether additional information becomes public. Campaigns can change quickly. One news cycle rarely decides an election, but controversies like this often shape public perception for months. Republican strategists will likely be watching polling closely to determine whether the issue begins affecting voter confidence. Politics often turns on moments that seem small at first: a phone call, a leaked report, a single headline. Whether Trump's reported conversation ultimately proves significant or simply becomes another chapter in an already intense political season remains to be seen. What is certain is that both parties recognize how much is at stake in the coming elections. And that's exactly why every controversy, no matter how it begins, can quickly become a national story. If you found this breakdown informative, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this controversy will have a lasting political impact, or will voters move on before Election Day? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.